everybody, welcome to another Speedrun interview. And today I've got another special speedrunner for this series. Today I am interviewing Storster.
Hello everybody, my name is Storster, and this is my Patrick favorite interview.
Alright, let's get started. Why did you start speedrunning?
When I was in my early teens, I really got into Minecraft. I really got obsessed over it. And I started watching a lot of Minecraft YouTubers, like a lot of kids did around that time. And one of them was Bling, who did a lot of stuff, and still does, I think, with like redstone and all these he does a lot of programming inside. He's a huge programming computer science person. And in 2014, I think it was like mid to late 2014, he started speedrunning Super Mario World. And I was already watching him before, and I watched anything he did. So I started watching his Super Mario World speedruns, and then that was a gateway for me to watch other Super Mario World speedrunners, and the rest is history.
Why did you start creating speedrunning content?
Well, I've been making videos in one way or another since I was like probably 10. Like, I've always been obsessed with like either making films or like literally just like documenting things. Like, I'd even pretend when I was little that my eye was a camera and I would just follow things around. And then probably when I was around 14 or 15, I actually started properly editing stuff. And I started speedrunning, I think probably within a year or two after I started like really getting into video editing. So it may have taken me a handful of years, but I finally realized the potential, and I combined both of those interests together into what became the perfect mashup that I have today.
What speedrunning content have you enjoyed making the most so far?
I mean, of course I enjoy every video I make, because why would I make it in the first place? But if I really had to pick some of my favorite stuff, I really especially enjoy some of the deep dives I go into. For example, my earliest one that I'm like really proud of is the quest for sub 1 minute in Super Mario World, which is a nearly 1 hour video talking about Super Mario World's entire speedrun history as far back as it goes. Similar things recently that I've done is deep dives into specific speedrunners that have been around for like 40 to 50 minutes. I just really love going really down into one specific topic and spending a lot of time talking about every little corner of it. Nothing beats that for me.
Is there any kind of specific content you've ever wanted to try and make? Like, for example, speedrun history videos?
So for a while now, I think probably for at least a year at this point, I've had a Google document with multiple ideas. Every time I get a little idea in my mind, I open up my phone or my computer, and I type it down, I let it sit there, and I'll come back to it. I think currently at the moment, I have over 30 ideas sitting in there. I would say at least a third of those I'm definitely going to make at some point, but they're ideas for a reason. They're not going to always become proper videos. But one type of concept I don't mind sharing is challenge type content. Like, for example, I have ideas of trying to learn a game and trying to get a top time in it within a short period of time, or maybe even beating certain games with one hand, or not collecting certain items, certain challenges that make things really hard. I think diving into really niche challenges and just challenging myself in general is something that I'm definitely going to be experimenting with this summer at least.
What tips would you give to newcomers who wants to start speedrunning or make speedrun related content?
Well, first off, I want to say, do what you're passionate about, especially when you start, and I think that's something that you should always think about in the back of your mind no matter what. And when you're starting out, like, don't worry too much about what you think others want for your beginnings. When you first start, you should focus on learning the creative process, rather than trying to please every single person that watches your content. Obviously, eventually, that's going to need to be a priority that you need to do if you build up an audience. But for your first few projects, it's okay if you don't master it. You're never going to master your first project. I personally don't fully enjoy any of my videos that I've made anytime before the last, like, half a year. All my stuff in, like, 2021, I'm not even a fan of, because the more you get into it, the more you learn, the more you evolve, And if you just keep putting work into it, eventually it's going to naturally transition into you just not even having to think about the process. You're going to be more thinking about the audience. But don't dive into your first video thinking about the audience. Just truly put down what you enjoy first, and trust me, that will help you so much later on.
What plans and goals do you have for speedrunning in the future?
Definitely one thing I want to do is I really want to diversify my catalog. I don't want to like make promises for specific games or series that I'm going to do, but I've definitely been considering, you know, something like either Sonic, Donkey Kong, Mega Man, Kirby. I've been kind of weighing my options, and I think at least by the end of the year, I'd like to at least try to dip my toes into one or two other decently big game series. But also another thing that ties into something that I want to do for content this year is I just want to challenge myself more for speedruns. I really want to set hard challenges for myself, and just, I wouldn't say I've never been challenged in speedrunning before, but I want to set the bar even higher than I've ever done. And that actually leads into the next kind of thing, about my actual goals in speedrunning. My current goal is to try to get top 10 in Super Mario World 11 Exit Cloud, which is basically the any percent no credits warp category. And I've had a goal for so many years now. Ever since I started speedrunning Mario games, I've always wanted someday to have a top 10 in a category, in a main category. And that's something that I'm finally confident enough in being able to do, so hopefully this year I really want to do that. Besides that though, like I said before, I just want to keep doing more speedruns, because the more speedruns I do, the happier I am. The more kinds of speedruns I do, the more I learn and grow. So yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much, Patrick, for allowing me on here. And from a fellow Patrick, yeah, that's a wrap.
Thank you very much for being part of the interview, Storster. I really appreciate you being here, and I really think that you have like such amazing potential. I've seen the videos you have been making recently, and oh my god, they are so informative, so amazingly edited. Just keep going, man, and I'm sure you'll make it big. But thanks again for joining me. Okay, everybody, that's gonna be it for this interview. If you guys like to check out Storster, I'll leave a link to his YouTube and also his Twitch in the description down below. Alright my friends, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, then speedrun hitting that like button as fast as possible. And also if you want to see more speedrun related content, then hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everybody. See you all in the next video. Goodbye.